Hi guys, welcome back to Tom Mods Things. Today we're going to be fitting a bigger wing to my Porsche Cayman. Right, just a quick one for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Just going to give you a quick show of kind of where the car is at the moment. So basically what we're doing is a full wide body Pandem, kind of custom Pandem build on my Porsche Cayman at the moment. As you can see at the moment, everything's all blocked in, all ready for getting wrapped, which is happening, being dropped off 5th of December. So a couple of days after that, the whole thing's going to be all one colour. And then, as you can see on the back, what we've been doing is working to try and merge a like an old 911 GT2 wing onto the rear deck lid. Some of you that have seen the car in its sort of previous form will have seen the previous wing, which was like a big GT style wing that came all the way across with some end plates that I designed and developed myself, same with the uprights. So that whole lower section with all the base and the uprights has all now been sold and moved on to another owner, but I've still got the actual rear deck sort of blade that goes all the way across, sitting over in the corner somewhere. So what the plan is today is I'm going to remove this section across the middle, fabricate some uprights for each side, and then reposition the blade across the top, because as you can see at the moment it comes in, I mean it looks kind of cool with it as it is at the moment, but if I do this as well, then it means that I can kind of decide, and basically that wing will be out here instead, which could suit the wide body a little bit more, because this does sit in a little bit sort of far really for my liking. But yeah, everything's kind of coming along. Need to still finish off side skirts, but at least all the body panels and stuff are all ready to go. Wheels have been ordered too, which is going to be awesome when they turn up, because it will kind of bring everything together. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this top deck, which is through this screw here, which then takes this panel off, and then there's a couple of bolts in each side, and then this whole bit can then lift out, and then there we go, it's over here. And then this bad boy here, which is this one, gonna just make some mounting brackets underneath, because I think the ones that I used previously on it, these ones, the riv nuts, are going to be too far inboard, so I'm probably just going to have to drill these out, smooth it all off, and then probably put some others that are slightly closer to the centre line a little bit. But anyway, that's not too much of a big deal. So yeah, so I'm just going to start to take all this off now, so I'll see you in a sec. Right, it's just kind of showing where I'm up to. Basically all I've done at the moment is position this kind of side on like this. Made some points for the holes. You can see the purple one there that I haven't cut in yet, which is just through these ones here. And then just to start with, I've just drawn this purple line around the outside, which just gives me like an indication of where the actual these wing bits just over here sit relative to this piece. Then what I'm going to do is take this piece now. And I've got two sheets anyway, but this should be fine really, I think, for doing both of them. And then I'm just going to use trusty favourite tool of the garage, the old Dremel, with a couple of disc cutters, and then I'm just going to lock this all the way off for the moment, just leave it rectangle, and then what I can do from there is then take this, put it on the car, make sure I'm happy with it, then basically put this on top of another sheet, measure the holes and stuff, make sure that they match with the other side, because crucial thing with fiberglass parts is that you can't guarantee that one side of it is going to be the same as the other with fixing holes, especially when you've got no idea where this has come from, because it's more than likely that things are going to be slightly different. Found it with the Pandem kit, and I'm more than likely going to find it with this as well, so just be vigilant with that and just make sure that the holes are going to be the same. So that's what I'm going to do, lock this off, mount this up, make sure I'm okay with it, flip it, do the other side, make sure the holes are in the right position. Right, so here we go, got the plates all mounted up, as I say, just with the big rectangles at the moment, so then kind of gives enough space to graft it afterwards. Looking pretty close really, side to side, say that's near on spot on, which is good as well. So at least we know our flat edges at the top to top are pretty similar across each side, which makes it a hell of a lot easier when we come to mount the big wing on the back. So just to show what I've done, measured it up, good old blue tape, absolutely love this stuff. So just lined it up on both sides, blue tape to indicate where the edge of this silver plate is on the outside, and then another one on the inside, and this also allows me to put my brackets over the top, and then spot with a Sharpie marker through the hole, and it will show up on the blue much better than it will show up on the black. So it just makes it much easier to do all the bits. Right, so just to show where I'm up to. So got our two fiberglass piece mounted. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shave these edges off, just from where these needed to sit to be in the right position. You can see where the old one was here, which I need to drill out the old riv nuts and then smooth it all off and fill it all in. This piece is going to get wrapped, so any imperfections and stuff underneath are all going to be covered anyway, so we can just kind of make it look a little bit dirty, but it'll be fine. So yeah, so where it just sits off at the end here, what I'm just going to do is just come down and just sort of blend it in just across there. But looking pretty good with these two bits on. Just lined it up so these will basically sit either side of the metal uprights, and then bolt goes through, which will clamp the whole thing together in place. I think that was really probably the most structurally sound way of doing it. And then essentially these are small bolts that go into riv nuts that are underneath now. Very similar setup to what I had before. As I say, just pulled one out, but yeah, so I've just got to get the other one off. May put a bit of tape on like I did last time, just in the centre, just to kind of fill in the gap a little bit if it's just ever so slightly, if there's just an ever so slight difference between the two surfaces, but I think it's looking pretty good at the moment. So just gonna basically mirror the other side now, put it on over there, and then good to go, which is right. Well, I've managed to get it on and fully fitted up, and I'm not gonna lie, it's looking probably a little bit OTT, I think, potentially, but I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see it as well. Right, so here it is. So I haven't cut out any of the side plates or anything yet. All I've done literally is just drill the holes to get it all sort of mounted up on either side, so it's still a rectangle, but I mean, it's massive. I think I'll probably maybe change the angle of the end plate slightly, because I don't like how it sort of follows this trajectory all the way down. I could also actually lower the whole blade down by putting in a couple of bolts in kind of like a circular motion as that rotates around that front point, which I might do anyway, because then it means that you can do the same thing that I could do with the previous one, which is like change the angle of attack and stuff. Well, we'll just go for a quick look around the back as well. So apologies, all really filthy at the moment. So what I've tried to do is kind of follow all the lines that are kind of swooping off of this at the moment, because the ducktail kind of follows this angle here. Then I wanted this angle to kind of follow the curvature of this as well, but that's where potentially I need to just tilt it back ever so slightly, or maybe change what I've done with these. I mean, from the front it looks pretty cool. So yeah, maybe it's just a case of changing the side plates ever so slightly just to angle them. So I think other than that, it's looking pretty very RWB styling, with how they have the rear deck all the way across as well. So yeah, it's coming along. So I might not get it done in this video, but next stage is to kind of blend this corner up here, sort of with an angle that kind of translates or transfers, or whatever, you know what I mean, from here all the way up to this point here. And then a similar thing with the thing on the back, where I've left some extra material here so I can start to just creep this in to match up this rear side too. And then as soon as that's done, then could maybe even been tempted to maybe get, because now I've got this kind of gap in between, I'll either shorten the whole thing down, so this kind of matches this from a height point of view, or I'll actually make a sort of a profile DXF, and then I'll cut out some like hexagonal things across here, or maybe even get a name put in, or I don't know, something like that as well. So these will only be used as like a initial mock-up and template type of thing, and then afterwards they could just be reused for something else. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Right, so that's probably it for this video. A little bit short and sweet, but I just thought I'll just mock up the bigger wing on the back and just see what it looks like. I think I'll probably go with it, but what I'll do, as I say, is just adjust the end plate slightly just to get it to kind of suit the lines a little bit more, but then really gonna probably wait until the car gets wrapped and the wheels turn up before fully deciding. As I say in previous videos, wraps booked in on the 5th of December, so it's going to be all one body colour by the end of that week, which is awesome. And then wheels have been kicked off, currently being made at the moment. said around 6 weeks or so, but depending on the current situation in the world, it could take a little bit longer, but I'm hopeful that it comes in just before mid-December, which will be epic, because then I can get the whole lot done all in one go, and then the whole thing will be ready in time for Christmas, hopefully. So yeah, so cheers for watching, guys. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then just sort of follow it and all the rest of it. Instagram's at the end as well if you want to get sneak previews of videos before they go live, because I always post up there first. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. So goodbye.